Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing more Premier Draft Duskmorn. And I think it's a pretty clear unstoppable slasher here, first pick. There's some other good uncommons, and some good commons for that matter. But you can't stop the slasher. It says so right in the name. Yeah, not much to think about, I think. Nowhere to Run is a great follow-up. If this were pack one, pick one, I might take Under the Skin instead. I'm not sure. They both seem pretty good. But seeing as I already have a black card, I think Nowhere to Run is better. Right? I'll actually check what DraftSim thinks about these two. Nowhere to Run is 77th, and Under the Skin is 26th. So it thinks it is noticeably better. But I think sticking to black is worthwhile enough. There's a black-green land in this pack, which could be kind of cute, but no. This is a perfectly lovely card to add. I don't need to hedge yet for a power level difference of that size. I think it would be reasonable to take Under the Skin if you wanted. But I don't think it's at all unreasonable to take Nowhere to Run instead. This pack, however, I don't think you can take a black card. Fear of Imposters is good, and Defiant Survivor is good, and those are like the two good cards. There's some other like fine filler, but those are the two that I think you should really be actually thinking about, I think. And I don't know. They're both reasonable. Like, which one fits better in this deck? I don't know. Call it a control deck. Go with a counterspell creature thing. Huh. I mean, Valgoth's Faithful is pretty good. This is good too. But we've been passing a lot of decent green. I'm not that excited to pick some up now. You could also take Winter's Intervention. But I think Valgoth's Faithful is a better choice than that. Because... well, do I? I mean... yeah, probably. This is okay. And this doesn't really play super well in blue-black, but it's just... it's a nice hedge in case we end up getting some cool stuff to reanimate. And even if we don't, it's like probably a playable one-drop. I really do not like Coordinated Clobbering. I'm not married to blue at all, and a lot of green is flowing, so we could take like Cathartic Parting or something. Could take Glimmerlight. It's a pretty good card. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, I don't think this is a huge green signal. Yeah, let's just take an artifact that can fit into anything. Here, I think Fear of Imposters is kind of a signal. It's a lot better than the other cards in the pack. And there's only one of them, so like, yeah, maybe the other blue drafter just took a different blue card and that's why this is left, but it at least, you know, weights probabilities more towards, hey, blue could be open. The fact that a bunch of green garbage was left over doesn't really make me think, oh, green must be open. Like that was all filler green stuff. Ghostly Keybearer is good, but not amazing. I probably just want a leech. Because if we're playing blue-black, the leech will be nice to get all the eerie triggers. And if we're playing some other black, it's just nice to have a 2-drop. And I don't want to take a blue card because I'm not that committed to blue yet. I'll take another leech here over a land cycler, I think. I do have Valgavoth's Faithful, so the land cycler could be useful to get that in the graveyard. But I think we'll probably get other chances. You know, leeches are not like exactly high priority picks for anyone either, but land cyclers are sort of replaceable, right? I could take the blue one or a black one, and they're basically fine. Whereas leech is a leech, you know? Huh. Okay, I'll take the grand entryway, I guess. I don't think I want Fear of Failed Tests. We could play Black-White Eerie or Black-White Reanimate with Valgavoth's Faithful. This isn't even that good in that deck, though. Maybe I will take Fear of Failed Tests. It is a potent threat eventually. The green-black land wield, but I haven't taken any green cards, so I think it's leech number 3. A big enchantment isn't bad. Definitely like it more than Fear of Failed Tests. Well, I don't know. Usually I do. Maybe this could be the kind of deck where Fear of Failed Test is better because it's a huge blocker and it threatens to draw cards. I don't know. So maybe we could splash green. The green lands are... Oh, Cathartic Parting. The green lands are going pretty late. Kind of a bad pack for these colors, huh? I can take the Bloodsucker and it's fine. Hope to wheel the Attic. Could take a Terramorphic Expanse. But I think a Bloodsucker is pretty good in a blue-black Eerie deck. Which, you know, I'm not married to yet. But looks like the direction we're going. A lot of enchantments already, right? Well, I mean, some. Sporogenic Infection and Meat Locker are both excellent for me. Yeah, I don't know. I want both of them, and I guess, like, Meat Locker could wheel, whereas I don't think this will. I don't know. I could believe that I need the Meat Locker more badly. It is notably 2 Eerie triggers for my 3 leeches. Not that the leeches are, like, the thing in the deck. They're just, you know, an Eerie trigger I have a lot of. Ooh. Wow. Okay, well, I'll take this, and hopefully I could maybe wheel Meat Locker? Or maybe Murder, or Terramorphic Expanse. Maybe even Haunted Screen could be playable. I don't think I'm getting Vile Mutilator, and even if I did, I don't think I'm playing it. Reasonably happy with Underwater Tunnel, I think. Just some cheap card selection that makes an expensive 3/3 and does Eerie things. I forget, is the Slasher... No, Bloodsucker, it's +2/+0, so if you get 2 Eerie triggers, it's a 6/5. Okay. Huh. I might actually take a Duskmourn's Domination. That sounds crazy. Like, aren't I supposed to take Vanish from Sight instead? I think I am. These are nice. I've got plenty of stuff to do on 2. What I want is a 3-drop that can kill them, so let's take this. Unnerving Grasp is stupendous. It would be nice to wheel Cracked Skull, but we won't wheel this pack. Won't wheel any cards from that pack. I mean, Cracked Skull's nothing special, but it's an enchantment that Thought seizes. Ooh, really? I don't have much Manifest, right? Well, I have 2. Unnerving Grasp, I have the Underwater Tunnel. I mean, I could take a Paranormal Analyst. I could also take either of these cards, which are fine. I think the upside on Paranormal Analyst is too high to ignore. Shark seems good. I don't think I need a Terramorphic Expanse, really. I wheeled the Meat Locker. Excellent news. And a 2-drop or a Murder. I have nowhere to run. I mean, I have some removal. I think I just want this guy, though. I don't know. I'm torn. I could have used a little more time to think about that. I think any of those 3 cards could have been the right pick. Oh, got the Land Cycler anyway. Nice. So Fountain of Lost Faithful is probably going to be playable, even with just like 2 Land Cyclers to activate it. It's not incredible, but it's fine. And it's nice to have some early game play I can make. Plus, it can, of course, bring back, like, if they've managed to kill my... Oh, hello. My Unstoppable Slasher or something, I can bring that back. This card is banned, apparently, in Alchemy these days. I found out when I logged in today. This looks like a pretty easy nowhere to run. Obviously, it's illegal in Draft, but apparently they got sick of it in Standard and Alchemy. Or I think Standard. I saw Alchemy in some other format. I didn't pay attention to what it was. Under the Skin is really good. I do have 1 land to splash for it. And I don't really want anything else here. I think I'll take Under the Skin and see if maybe I could splash it. I don't think it's an incredible splash, but it's a pretty strong card. So, I don't know. I'm regretting when I had the opportunity to take that Terramorphic Expanse and I took like Stocked Researcher or whatever it was. How could you be hanging on to a pack for so long? The timer is really short right now, isn't it? Or no, this is pick 2. Okay, yeah, that was the pack 3 pick 1 for this player, so they get some time. Okay, this is worth a splash for sure. So I don't think I need to splash Cathartic Party. Maybe Keys to the House actually can come in as another fixer. This cares about Delirium, which I'm not like doing a ton of, but I'm doing some. Mostly the like, I have a couple manifests basically, and I'll play cards, and that'll get them in the graveyard. Is this like my only artifact? No, I have a Glimmerlight, right? And another one, apparently. Oh. The creature I just took is also an artifact. I want a Stick Twister. It's a really nice card. I think Meat Locker is the only other reasonable choice. And this deck is not exactly designed to do a ton of Delirium, but I have tons of creatures, artifacts, enchantments, and enough self-mill that I think I could get there. Plus, it's just like it's a 2-mana 2/2 lifelinker. The worst case, right? Say its name? It's the only card in this pack I want. I don't think I need another land cycler. Kind of awkward on the splash, but oh my goodness gracious. This pack is cracked. I'd like some of these cards, but I think this black-green land is way too important to miss. Could take Terramorphic Expanse, because that like helps getting land in the graveyard. This is so perfectly on color, though. I think that's more important. Hello. Hearts around every corner? I don't have that much manifest. It's just not that good. Give me a Stick Twister. That's also very good. And much easier to use. Unable to Scream is great. Okay, I'm not totally sure what this deck is. I mean, this does make an enchantment, and it's 2 creatures. I don't know. This is not going to be one of those times where I just say, oh, the deck is finished, and go. I'm going to have some cutting to do. I think I can get rid of, like, Fear of Failed Tests, for example. Glimmerlight is an artifact that doesn't really get into the graveyard. Friendly Teddy does, but this is surely a better card. Except it's green. What am I thinking? I'm not running this. Don't think I'm playing the Peeper. I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of enchantments. Maybe I am. So what are my green splashes? Swarmweaver, Under the Skin, and possibly Say Its Name. Say Its Name is a creature or land, right? Creature or land, yes. It took me a while to find the relevant text. It's at the beginning, but I wasn't sure where to look. Okay, well, I mean, this was kind of messy. So let's get the rooms where they belong, which is like here. Actually, how many enchantments do I have? A lot. But we're cutting like Fear of Failed Tests straight away. I just don't need that. However, the rest of these, well, I don't really need Fear of the Dark, do I? No. So the number of enchantments I have is 9, 2 of which are rooms. So I have a total of 11 Eerie triggers in the deck. Hello? Why did everything just change there? I tried to click back and I don't know, did something weird. Okay, back. I guess I'm back in the world of things making sense again. So I have more 2s than I really want. How much do I have that manifest? Enough. I mean, 5 cards. That's. Oh no, this makes them manifest. So I have 3 manifests in the deck. Paranormal Analyst with 3 manifests is a little bit light. And also, now that I have a couple cards that care about Delirium, I don't even mind getting the stuff in my yard with Analyst, or with Manifest Dread. Analyst putting it back in hand could potentially be a downside. Obviously, most of the time it'll be an upside, but that is a point against keeping the Analyst. Oh, how did I wind up with a Miasma Demon? I think I thought this was a Stick Twister. The art is kind of similar, isn't it? Look at these two. Yeah. We'll get that out of here. That's too bad. I wonder what was in that pack that I could have had instead. I'll check 17 lands. I can find out. In my... I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm curious what happened there. It was pack 3, right? Somewhere. Pack 3, pick 7. Ah. This was the pack with threats around every corner and murder. Both of which I would have preferred to have over the Miasma Demon. Although I think not. Threats around every corner, I don't... Well, it would have made the Analyst better, and I mean, that's something, I guess. There was also that 3-mana 4/2 enchantment creature with reach in green, but I don't think I'm taking that. I don't know. I mean, I guess it would have been murder if I'd realized what this card was. So, I mean, would I have liked a murder in this deck? I guess. But it's not amazing. So, my Delirium, I have very few artifacts that can easily get into the yard, right? Because the Glimmer Lights don't really do that. What do I have like any instance? It's basically, oh, Nowhere to Run's an instant. That's pretty good. That makes the counter spells a lot better. And also Vanish from Sight. Okay. I think Say Its Name is just too much. The green splash is not easy. And the less of it I have, the better. Under the Skin and Swarmweaver, I think, are worth splashing. Say Its Name is not. The Glimmerlights, I mean, they make enchantments, which is good, but not incredible. I think the Analyst has to go. Like, yes, a nice thing about this card is that opponents treat it as a high priority to remove, even if you don't actually have any way to trigger it. But sometimes they can't kill it, and you're just playing like a 2-mana 1/3, which is fine. I think I'd rather have a Leech than this, though. Maybe I just cut the Stocked Researchers. But, I mean, I like 3/3s. 2-mana 3/3, kind of cool. I think it's better than Paranormal Analyst. Cut a Peeper as well. We do have to trim down a little bit on creatures still. Tunnel Surveyor is okay. I could cut a land on account of the land cyclers. I feel like this deck wants a lot of mana, right? So that doesn't seem like a great idea. I think Glimmerlight's just not that good. I have better ways to get little enchantment creatures out there. Or enchantments in general. Valgamoth's Faithful. I mean, it has a way. It's a way to return these two creatures, which are the main ones I'd be interested in. It could also return these if I land cycle them. So, like, it could do something. But I'm worried that a lot of the time it'll just be a 1-mana 1/1 that I don't want, that I can't do anything with, and I'm afraid to block with or attack with. And it just does nothing. So I think I just get rid of this. I still have to make 3 cuts. Yikes. Common sense would say, like, cut Under the Skin. Even though it's a good card, it's a color that's hard to use. but I don't think I should. It's a lot of 2-drops, but I think that's an appropriate number. Really, I should cut some of this, but I just can't bear to. Maybe I cut the underwater tunnel? Because I don't care about manifesting anymore. It is a room, but I don't actually have that much like enchantment eerie stuff, do I? Yeah, some. Just throw another couple lands in there on a 45 card deck. Don't cut anything. That's not disciplined. Sporogenic Infection and Unable to Scream are kind of a nombo together, I guess. Because if the opponent has a 0/2 lying around, they don't mind sacrificing it. So unless they only have one other creature, you can't make them sacrifice anything relevant. So maybe I will just cut Unable to Scream. It's a good card, but I think I like Sporogenic Infection better. And the two of them don't really get along. I do like Keys to the House to help me get my 1 forest. And of course I also have 2 other sources. Maybe cut 1 leech and 1 land. Well, just cut a land cycler, right? These aren't especially good for me. They're okay. But I'm not excited to cast them, and I can't reanimate them, so they're just like expensive lands that... I mean, they're 6-drops that I can sometimes play as expensive lands, is how I should think of them. I think 17 lands and 1 land cycler makes sense for this deck. And a Keys to the House. Maybe that's a reason to cut a land, is that I have Keys to the House. But then I just have so few sources. I think... Oh, maybe when I cut the black land cycler, I should cut an island instead of a swamp, because the land cycler was kind of a swamp. On the other hand, I have more blue than black. I don't know. I'll run with this. Seems kind of janky. I'm going to have trouble getting Delirium for the Swarm Weaver, but it's still a good card. Sure. Playing against red with turn inside out, I suppose. So I'll just make them sack their 2-drop, I imagine. Chainsaw? That's a problem. I guess. GG. Oh, man. I have a 1/3 Vigilant. Maybe they'll never be able to kill that. Nope, it's dead. not going to be a good game for me. I think we want to be mana efficient, run this out, next turn I can play both of these and get the Eerie trigger. This is a powerful card, but there's no reason to run it out super early, I don't think. Not when it ruins my curve. Okay. Well, I'm certainly glad I did that. Because now they don't have a clear answer to the slasher. They're stuck on 3 lands. Okay, found their 4th. Ooh, the actual untapped duel. Very nice. I don't need to cycle this, because the only thing I want a 6th land for is for casting this, so... They discarded Grab the Prize to FOMO. Okay. They could have held it and cast it, so they probably have something going on here. We know they have Turn Inside Out. Or at least we think so. I think I attack in, and like I could make them sack it and then attack in and get some real damage, but if they just like trade these off, that's fine. It comes back. Yeah, go ahead, turn it inside out. They actually have the better one. Nice. Good for you. Still comes back. But I mean, I guess putting a chainsaw on that is sort of a problem. I could make them sacrifice it now, whereas next turn I might not get that opportunity. And if they can get Delirium and equip this, they could attack me for like 1 trillion? 10? I think it's actually kind of important to get rid of this. Actually, if this has 5 power, like, the shark still blocks it? I don't know. I could be in trouble here. Swarm Weaver. Oh no, they have all these... Does this sacrifice non-token? It's... No, a creature other than. Yikes. Well, they don't currently have Death Touch. Ooh. Okay. So let's bounce a token. I don't think this matters. Well, it does because it typed in the yard, I guess, for my Delirium. Not that I have much that cares about it, but I do have some. I just have creature at the moment. Well, I have more enchantments than sorceries, I think. So let's put a sorcery in the yard. Plus this enchantment could go to the yard soon. And attack. Make them sack one of these powerful combo pieces. Or just like powerful creatures in general. I could make them sack... Well, actually, I could let them sack the flyer. But I can't make them. And they could equip it. Weirdly, FOMO plus the flyer plus the chainsaw is kind of a combo, right? This can, if they sacrifice, let's say, this guy, then I assume they'll have delirium, right? Yeah. So this can attack. They can equip here. This would be a 5/5 flyer that can attack twice. So I think actually I have to make them sack one of those two combo pieces and let them keep the Swarm Weaver. Now they don't have a flyer anymore. Targeting this also stopped them from gaining delirium, of course. I mean, I don't think I want to lose the shark to this. Obviously, it doesn't look like I'm losing it, but I assume they have some trick. I'll just draw an answer. I want the shark to be attacking. Okay, that gives them delirium, so I really will have to block now. I guess it also means they no longer need a combat trick to trade with the shark. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just traded earlier and forced them to use their trick. Okay, well, see what they have to do with the shark. They're gonna get, if I just chump here, they're gonna get another attack anyway, so. Oh, that's not so bad. I mean, they get to chainsaw this as well, of course, which is a nuisance. But I was worried the FOMO would stick around. I had fear of FOMO. A reason to have played the land last turn, I guess. But let's just tap this. Because if I'd played the land, I could have cracked the diner and then probably still played Meat Locker. Okay, we got them. That's nice to know. Oh, and they emptied their hand to show me what they had, which I guess was just a land. No, they didn't get to empty their hand. They had one card left. Interesting. Well, it must have been another land. I think they would have just played it if they could, just to show me. Face down card was a percussionist. All right, well, we got to win. Speaking of coins, gold, what are my dailies? Red or white spells? Oh, man. Blue and green, I think I can do that. Unstoppable Slasher did a lot that game, sort of. It ate some removal, I don't know, and then eventually it was one of the cards on the board when they conceded. This is not a good hand, but it's okay. I can cycle this to get a 3-mana play. And I have removal if that's a thing. The main problem is, like, I can't cast this anytime soon, but hopefully I'll find a way. Hey, a way has been found. Well, I guess play this then, right? Land cycle still. I know there will be a big permanence return, so that's nice. Although that's not necessarily what I want to do right now. I think I just want to play out a flyer. Can we counter that? No? Okay. Sure. It has nowhere to run. You got it. My only 4-mana play is Vanish from Sight, which I'm not excited to hold up. I could just play Under the Skin. Get back the Shark, I guess. Or I could run this out, but that's not very mana efficient. I mean, they're both sort of mana inefficient. I think I will run this out, and then maybe I can pick it back up with Under the Skin after they've killed it. Oh, that's not what I did? Whoops. I settled on a plan and then did the other thing. I could have played a land and then played a 2-drop, and then I'd be safe from Don't Make a Sound. That is a good point. Another reason to have done the other thing. Although I would have to play the land first. Yeah, that was a mistake, I think. And I was punished for it. The mistake, I guess, was inattention, because I made a good plan and then I just did something else. Let's hold up double blue. And I guess turn on full control, just so that we get a chance to respond to, or let's not quite do it like that. Let's put a stop in their main. That's the way to do it. That's fine. I can't threaten to counter that. Sure, resolves. Also resolves. That all resolves. I don't love using Sporogenic Infection on this leech. Like, at some point they're going to play something scarier. And then hopefully I can Sporogenic Infection targeting the leech and make them sack the scarier thing. Obviously I could Sporogenic Infection my own 1/1 to kill off the leech, but I hope that isn't a good idea. I hope that's not what I need to do to win the game. So we're going to do this. And just pass. And now I actually don't need to stop because I do have a real instant I can cast in response to their stuff. If they just drown Diner, then, you know, what can you do? What is this? Kaito? That's something I can't react to. Wow. I guess I should have killed the leech. Who knew? Okay. I mean, I guess that resolves.
Watch closely. You out of the shadows
Wild.
and
Okay.
into the fray.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Why is he a 3/4? That's his normal stats? Why is it blue though? Because normally he's not a creature at all. Okay, I see. Well, that stinks. I can bounce the Kaito. We'll put it on top of their deck and then they draw it. But I can't do it. I can't do it during their upkeep because it's not a creature at that time. So I'd have to do it now and then they could just redraw it. They couldn't attack with him then. I guess that's what I'm doing. It's pretty miserable. Yeah, I don't think this is very helpful for me. Wonder why they didn't play the leech out. They must have some instant, huh? Yeah. Maybe they'll accidentally discard Kaito. This game looks terrible. It's gonna be very tough to live with what's going on here. I mean, do I have anything that deals with Kaito? Nowhere to run, I guess, would sort of do it. It would make him unhex-proof. Put this back in their hand, I guess. Fear of imposters. Oh, but I don't get to cast it. I just get to turn it face up. So I guess I mean, this is a creature with more power. This one has potential triggers. I don't think the power is going to matter very much against what they're doing. Let's go for the triggers. Actually, nowhere to run. Well, it can't stick to Kaito very long because it's only a creature during their turn. So I have to kill Kaito on the same turn that that I shrink it. Yeah, very funny. Okay. Well, I can deal with the demon at least. I can counter Kaito. Sure. That's something. Now I finally have the counterspell I've been threatening all game. Bluffing, rather, let's say. Oh, but it doesn't work for ninjutsu, because that's not a spell. Ugh. I don't think they should even be doing this. I guess if they want to get around a counterspell, it makes sense. Yeah, that's fine.
Your tech is way. The housewarming party has arrived.
Like, I guess this does more damage than just hitting me with the leech would have done. As long as they don't need their mana for anything. This is one mana more expensive than casting the leech, but if they don't care, then I guess it's a good play. I mean, I guess I want this out, and I might as well counter something. Or try. They carefully held up double blue. Yeah? Oh, this is kind of a nice card. Yeah, it's quite nice, actually. It can actually do something during a board stall. Not as much as I would like, but, you know, something. They can sack their enchantment room thing at no cost, but, you know, also being drained for 2 isn't a huge cost either. Sure. Do they actually have some reanimate in this deck, or? Don't need any if you have Fear of Infinity, I guess. It reanimates itself.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Topped both. That can't be good news. Yeah, I don't think I'm coming back from this one. Maybe Swarmweaver could do it. I'm not doing the math. That's not a Swarmweaver. Alright, I'm super duper dead, so see ya. Yeah, I mean, that was certainly a deck. Much more nimble than mine. I don't know, it just had a lot more going on. The Kaito's a big, like, value engine, and they had a ton of interaction. And I didn't have Laurentium. That's an actual element, isn't it? This is fine. Keys to the house for a forest, I guess. On 1. Then I have Leech and a 3-drop. Nice. Yeah, definitely want to do that over playing the tunnel. Oh, right. Except it actually costs mana to sack this. It's not Evolving Wilds. This is 2 mana play, not a 1 mana play. So maybe I should have tunneled, and then I might not have needed to play keys yet. They're just going to kill it. Wow, okay. I found it again! Take that! Is that the play? I think so. Let's just unmute them and say nice. Goes in your hand, okay. But I don't have to do it now, right? Well, I mean, I don't have to do it this turn even. I could play the Tuttle. But I think I want to make sure I have 3 mana next turn. So let's just plan to do that. Ah! Okay, that's too bad. There's my counter spell. So I could maybe bounce it and counter it someday. But I guess I'll start by just playing out a creature I can attach Sporogenic Infection to if necessary. And that gets a trigger off of this. Lands, please. No. I want none of this. It's enchantment, creature, and artifact already, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I could make a 3/3, double block their 4/4. That kind of risks getting blown out, though. I could take a beating and let them spend a bunch of mana, and then end of turn vanish this, planning to counter when they recast it. I think that's the best way to get rid of it. The question is just whether that's really something I can afford. And then I'd be, what, double blocking their 4/4 and lose the whole board? I mean, I don't think I have anything else going on. It's just I could play a 3/3. Manifest the 3/3. We're certainly not attacking. If I manifest the 3/3, double block. Okay, I guess I'll do that. I don't know. Okay, that's Delirium. And a very big shark if I ever find enough mana. Never mind. They should have attacked first, seeing if they could get me to double block and get owned. I was going to go for it, even though I know it's very dangerous. Tyvar? Well, this sucks. I drew the Swarmweaver, which was like one of the cards I was dreaming of that might deal with the 3/3. But now, I mean, right? What do I do about that? If I bounce Tyvar, they can just replay it. And if I wait until combat to bounce Tyvar, I'm not going to be very happy with what happens. I think it's just play the Swarmweaver, let Tyvar hit me, and kill the other stuff they attack with. Maybe I chump a 2/2 like off against Tyvar, I don't know. Maybe they just attack with Tyvar. Because they don't want to lose their other creatures into the Death Touchers, right? Sure. Good play. Very cool. Yeah. they can still give everything +4/+4. Which means I can't let any 2 creatures in, so I have to double chump. I guess I might as well chump the big one. God, time is so bullshit. Yeah, I don't see a way out here. Make them sack their 4/4. If I could destroy Tyvar, like, they're tapped out. All the creatures are tapped, but I can't. I guess I could play Creature and Sporogenic Infection and then double chump again. This game's indestructible, right? Yeah. So enchanting it would not help with, like, getting around Tyvar's trick. Yep, double chumping again. What a fun game. They're out of creatures, though, for Tyvar to tap. Okay, shockingly, they have another creature. I don't have enough blue to cast both of these. I also don't have enough mana. So I'm dead. I demand that you kill me with Tyvar. Actually, I'm not going to let you kill me. Take that. How come I never have Tyvar? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of bullshit cards in this format. Tyvar's more bullshit than most, but... I mean, Unstoppable Slasher is pretty silly. And they didn't just have, like, a deck that just played Tyvar and wins, right? They had the interaction they needed to back it up. This Trial of Agony was pretty funny. Although they didn't need that, right? They could have just attacked with Tyvar over and over again, forcing me to chump and leave back the other creatures. Saying that they don't care about my Death Toucher. Nowhere to Run, by the way, would have dealt with Tyvar perfectly. There's 2 of those in the deck, aren't there? Yep. This is a good hand. I need some lands, but I've got my 2 main colors, a 2 mana play, and hopefully... Well, I have a spell to cast on 3. Hopefully I have the lands to play it. Twitching Doll. That's such a good card. My cards aren't good. What are you looking at my leech for? Who cares about my leech? Jim tapping Doll. That's interesting. They want to make sure I'm allowed to get in for some reason? mean, they're not blocking with Doll anyway, so it's kind of free to do it that way, but kind of is nice to threaten to block with Doll, and then like maybe you could use some combat trick on it. I don't know. That doesn't block my 1/1. Nothing does, obviously. It doesn't kill my 1/1, I guess, more relevantly. It is a huge creature, though. That's a lot of life. Okay, we really need to hit a land here, please. It's an island. I could like meat locker their 2/2 so it stops accumulating counters and can't tap itself anytime soon. But I think it's better just develop a flyer. This makes 2/2s? Jeez. With reach but not menace? Yeah. Some spiders have menace, like the Loth spiders have menace. Yeah, that's a 6/6. No, a 5/5, but this gets bigger as well. Oh, hello. Another creature. How exciting. I could be taking a lot of damage soon. I like a land, I think. I can get in for 2 easily. 3 if I play an enchantment first. Gets them to 8. Then, I mean... I don't think I could kill them next turn, but I could do potentially a lot of damage. I think I need to lock up this thing, though, yeah? Before I can make 6 2/2 reach creatures. And then try to kill them with unblockable stuff over the next couple of turns, because I don't see how I'm killing them otherwise. Oh, I forgot about this draining as well. That is another source of damage. Yeah, I mean, if they can kill the 3/3, they're looking okay, and if they can't, they're in trouble, I think. Okay, yeah, annoying. I have okay double blocks if they make any attack. Oh. Really? Alright, I don't mind 4 damage, I don't think. So I would like to hold up a counterspell, but I'd also like to trigger this for a little bit more damage. I can't really do both. So let's say I played the Surveyor. I'd get in for 3 damage now. And then I couldn't really threaten 4 next turn, could I? I don't think so. But I develop another 3/3 blocker, which is pretty nice, actually. Well, I develop that anyway. Unless I run out Bloodsucker, which seems bad. I think I just have to not hold a counter. And I have pretty good blocks, and I get in 3 damage. Live or die. It's an exciting card. Yeah, that's nothing. They only have 3 blockers, yeah? Another enchantment should just kill them, I think. I don't need to block this. Why did I manually tap? Of course Auto Tapper's tapping a blue for this. Hello? It's stuck to my finger? I can't. Okay. Anyway, I don't think I want any of this. But I guess if the game continues, the Swarm Weaver, it's still going to be a pretty bad draw, honestly. Not much delirium going on at the moment. Got him. Okay, well, I think I want to pat myself on the back for the good timing of the Meat Locker, because I think they were gonna crack this the next turn, right? I think it was greedy of them to wait as long as they did, but not a surprise necessarily. And then Meat Locker gave me exactly enough time to stop this from ever being relevant while I drained them out with Leech and little tiny unblockable stuff, or evasive stuff anyway. Well, that play let me salvage a chance at an average deck, an average performance. I guess I can't change whether the deck is average or not, but I can change how many wins it gets. That's still up in the air, despite, you know, obviously how good the deck is the main thing. Well, is that the main thing that determines how many wins you get? I'm not sure. Might be luck. This is a dubious hand. Going first? I mean, I can tunnel on 2 to search for more land. It's pretty sad, but I think it's keepable. Really punished for the green splash this hand. This game. If I were so lucky as to draw like a swamp, of course, I wouldn't have to play tunnel next turn. And obviously that's still possible. I don't think I want to keep a 2-mana island. That's just crazy talk. It is an island, but it doesn't get me any plays. Let's keep digging. Okay, found one. A 1/3 is a pretty good blocker right now. I don't think I need to hold up Fear of Imposters instead. Red-black. These lands are unfamiliar to me. Obviously they have the old-ass borders. I mean, yeah, I block. If they had something real, they'd be attacking with both here. This is just a chance to gain some life for free. Yeah, guess it's just run this out. It's a useful blocker for both things. And there's nothing important to tap. It might be nice to counter something they play, but it might not be, and developing this is definitely useful. Well, we should expect a lot of Delirium from these colors. Okay, there's another Delirium thing. It's kind of annoying. Might have been nice to counter that, I guess, but not that great. Highland! Oh boy. What fun. I don't think I want to meat locker this. So I guess it's just hold up a counterspell? I guess I have to say that's fine. And you know, if I flash in Fear of Imposters at end of turn without countering anything, it's a little embarrassing, but I think it was better than playing out Meat Locker to make some irrelevant tap. There's a lot of plays they could have made this turn that I would want to counter, even though Wary Watchdog isn't really one of them. Now there's no point even bluffing an attack. I could swing with the 3-2, but they just block with the 1-1 and kill it, so it's not so hot. In fact, they block with the 1-1 and kill my Hall Creeper now that I look at it. Oh, they have a murder. Okay. Instant and land. I guess I can mouse over here. It'll tell me. No, this one doesn't have Delirium on it. This one does. I have the fault, but it's a lie. It's my opponent. I don't have instants and lands in the yard. They just don't update the text based on whose graveyard you're looking at. I thought they did at some point. Is this some recent bug? I don't know. What is this? Yeah, that doesn't seem great. Okay, I mean, they must have some cool follow-up. Let's find out what it is. Maybe they just want an enchantment in the yard? Oh, yes, of course. Whoops. An enchantment and a creature. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Big blunders have been made. I should have just let that hit me. Now this guy's a huge problem. What the hell? Oh god, and then I'm gonna take 4. I mean, what am I supposed to do? This is some utter bullshit. I'm not playing this fucking game. I'm out of here. Not very happy about that game. Like, I don't know. A huge percentage of Magic games that you play, you really have no chance to influence the outcome. Right? There's so much luck. You get to build your deck, that's one thing. And then, like, you know, you can have a better deck than your opponent or worse, and that you can influence that both by how you build your deck and how you draft. But how everybody shuffles is going to make a lot of impact, often more than how you play and how you draft. And I just feel like, I mean, what could I possibly do this game? It was impossible to win. You know, at least I milled these two, rather than keeping this on top as an expensive island. That improved things a little. Let me start playing the game. But I was at a big mana handicap from the hand I kept. I mean, I don't know. I guess I could have asked to reshuffle Mulligan, right? But it's hard to see coming. Like, the Roller Pressure Ride, like, all by itself wins the game. And, I mean, they had some other good stuff too, but... And to be clear, my block of their 1-1 with my 1-1 was a big mistake. It should have been obvious that that was going to lead me to disaster. Oh, I have a new daily. I see. But even if I hadn't made that mistake, I was still getting killed by Roller Crusher Ride. They were going to kill 3 of my creatures. They just wouldn't get the Osseous Stick Twister trigger, so they wouldn't have gotten to drain me for 4 on top of all that. But I was still obviously dead. Anyway, 2 wins. Sad day. Hope you guys... Yeah, 2 wins. I got confused somehow. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.